We're gonna do it, but again, people don't like being on the jerk list for obvious reasons. You feel the sting of the Han Solo Edition blaster. Of course, it's not good to be on the jerk list. People get upset about it, but remember, don't get upset with me if you hear your name here, because ultimately, I didn't do this to you. You did this to you. Let it begin! All right, here we go. First up, this is something I've been noticing quite a bit of late. Now, I go on the Facebook from time to time. Again, I'm a 21st century man. I don't do as much as other people do with it, but still, it's an interesting way to keep up with people who you knew in high school and college and so on, and see pictures of these people and so on. But here's a new little fad, and also it's on Twitter, and that's sending condolences out on Facebook. This is an unacceptable thing. This is the way you send your deepest, heartfelt sympathies out to somebody, is by writing a line or two about how sorry you are to hear about great Aunt Myrna stuck somewhere in between an invitation to play Mafia Wars and an update on what somebody ate for breakfast. It couldn't be more ridiculous to do this. You should be ashamed of yourself. Write a little handwritten note. Drop a line. Better yet, send some flowers. Go to the memorial.
Flowers is what you do. Flowers is always the Cadillac answer.
What you don't do is try and squeeze it into 140 characters.
What would it look like? Sorry for your loss, for
I can't tell you how sorry I am. But, stay strong. We're thinking of you.
It's better you not do anything at all.
And then put a little emoticon, a little sad face with a tear.
That's the word.
So anyway, if you're sending condolences on Facebook, you might think you're a thoughtful person. Here's a shorter name for you. Jerk! Right,
well done.
Next up.
Well done.
Thank you.
No, her.
Here's another quick one. I've noticed this really since Lost hit the air. You're a fan. I watch
Love the show. Yeah.
Some people, there are a lot of people out there who have declared it the best show on TV. One of whom is Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel likes, he wouldn't call his own show on the air the best show on TV?
No, that's interesting.
Isn't that really telling, I think?
No, I think it's selfless, I don't think you can do that.
Good for him.
Are you the sort of guy who ran for office in high school? Did you run for class treasurer or something and vote for yourself?
That would imply if I had friends. Which I did not.
Yeah,
which is the reason why I don't go on Facebook.
Yeah, but Lost is fine. All right, it's been compelling. It's had its high moments. It's had some things that I don't really care about. Blah, blah, blah. But everybody who has declared it now the best show on TV, this is more a speculative one, a potential one, but how do we know if it's a great show or not? And we won't know until it ends by the nature of the show. We have to see how it resolves itself before we can say it might be a terrible ending.
Right.
In that case, now you've just wasted 5 or 6 years of my life, producers of Lost. Now, if it's great, I'm happy to say, yeah, wow, that was better than I possibly could have imagined. But these people declaring it here and now the best show on TV, I don't care for it. You're going to have egg on your face, but before you have egg on your face, you're going to feel the sting of the blaster. Why? Because you're a jerk!
It's not like other shows like Seinfeld or Raymond that can kind of get away with a lackluster finale because, you know what, remember the series as a whole. If this doesn't end well, it's going to go down as a gigantic end.
That's exactly the greatest time waster of all time. Is what it's
I don't think this show has peaked, by the way, since season 1. Season 1 was the best.
I think we're heading down a bad path, too, with the talk about hell and everything. Is that really what it's going to be, a heaven and hell thing?
Yeah.
I'm not. That's not for me. You know what? Should we do it? Should we open up the jerk hotline and take a call? We have people waiting on the line.
People have called.
We'll do it. Let's see what Tim in Oklahoma has to say. Tim, what's going down? You're the first on the jerk hotline ever. Oh, I got to put on the cans, and so do you, Feeney. Tim, what's going down? Tim, I'm about to close the jerk hotline. Don't tell. You push the buttons. I'm busy.
Hit 3 like this. I hit 3. Hello.
You know what? This is
like that.
Beneath me.
Hello?
Tim.
Hello.
There he is. Tim, what's going down? Welcome to the jerk hotline.
I got jerks for you.
Oh, you do? Lay them on me, man.
Hold on. First of all, is he watching us on video right now?
Unfortunately not.
Well, no, probably fortunately.
Engage your listener. Where is he calling from?
I just told you
this
he's
is
calling
Radio
from
101.
Oklahoma.
No, but talk to him about it. What's going on in Oklahoma?
Tim, where in Oklahoma
What's the
are
weather
you?
today?
All right, let me give you my jerks. I can't really hear you very well. Okay. These internet creeps that hate on Feeney and the Dave and Thunder show in general, which is obviously a triumphant masterpiece. They think they're clever with their insulting little comments, but I say they're jerks. How say you, Dave Damashek?
Oh, I like it. Yeah, there you go. You got the blaster right there, Tim. Nicely done.
I love it.
However, we have to stop for a second here. Tim's fine call, because whoever is putting up the calls on the screen there for us to see has listed Tim as calling in for anyone who's hating on Beanie.
Beanie?
Who is Beanie? You're working on this show, and you listed him as Beanie.
Which one of you mouth breathers is writing Beanie?
Whoever thinks Beanie's name is Beanie and is working on this
Look
show,
at the goddamn
get
wall.
ready for it. You call him Beanie, I call you Jerk. That's outrageous. Tim, you got another one for us?
Well, I must say I do hate the beanie caps, but I call them toboggans, so that doesn't even matter.
No, yeah. You know what? We should have gone out on a high note.
Should have quit when you were ahead, Tim. But what a great call that is.
Yes, Tim,
Our
nicely
first
done,
call.
sir. Yeah, there it is, the Jerk hotline for you.
I love it.
Love getting calls. Hey, Tim, thanks for dropping us.
Does he get a T-shirt for that?
No, he doesn't get a T-shirt.
Oh, we don't have T-shirts. All right. I'm hanging up the phone now. Can I do that?
Give me your hat. Sling Blade. All right. You know what?
Sling Blade.
That's what people say you
kills
look like.
me.
That's what people say you look like.
I got a fan in Oklahoma who's 25 years old named Tim who loves me, even though he calls me Beanie.
You're the best, Beanie.
Beanie.
He didn't call you Beanie. Whoever wrote that up on the screen called you Beanie.
Who did it?
No, he called you Beanie. That's why we put it up that way.
Thank you, Jacuzzi Pete.
Oh, is that right? He loves Beanie.
I love Beanie.
All right, listen, it's getting salty in here. Let's add a little sugar to the proceedings. Let's hand out some Get Out of Jerk free cards. Now, here's what we do with the Get Out of Jerk free card. They work very much like the Get Out of Jail free card does in Monopoly.
Yeah.
If you find yourself in any future jerky behavior, you play this card. You and me is square. You see? So first up this week, I got to give it to my new brother-in-law, Eddie. He gets the Get Out of Jerk free card again.
Is he watching today?
I think he's in Hawaii after eloping with my sister, doing unmentionable things to her 6-month pregnant body.
No, they're not making love with each other when she's pregnant.
I don't know. John Edwards was making sex on his little mistress, right?
Hold on. Can you do the math for me real quick? They got married today, but she's 6 months pregnant.
Right.
What happened? Some premarital stuff?
I don't know. Maybe they went to the sea. I don't know.
I don't believe it. How do you feel? Why is he getting?
I think we know what happened.
Why is he getting a Get Out of Jerk free card when he clearly had sex on your sister before marriage?
Oh, listen, that's something to worry about when you're 15 years of age. At this age, at my advanced age, he's just a year younger than I am. I am thrilled to have Eddie. Really, and any man. Really, it could have been a woman. I don't really care. I'm just thrilled because we were getting to that point. I can say it now. We were getting to that point where Debbie was going to turn into creepy Aunt Debbie who lives in the spare bedroom as we get into our 40s and 50s and beyond. And she's sort of like, you know, then the grandkids, you know, 40 years from now are like, so who is Debbie? Whose grandmommy is she? You know, who's grandma? No, she's not anybody's grandmommy. She's crazy Aunt Debbie who just is always sort of around. But
Aunt Debbie wants soup again. I don't believe it. Remember you tried to fix me up with your sister once?
I didn't try to fix you up.
That was a horrible night. The four of us went out. Me,
went
Deb,
to Bergen's, one of our favorite drinking holes.
You
really
and your wife. We hung out, and it was really awkward. It was really awkward.
Well, you and I really threw on.
I was overserved.
Tremendous drunk.
I was legless getting out of that bar. But the problem is, your sister had just been dumped or had just broken up with somebody that like a couple days before, and she was there. And she was not having it.
She was
really
in a bad
upset.
Mood. You and I weren't properly sort of sensitive to her
Probably
sorrow.
You were digging her like, let's go. Hey, what do you want to drink, old maid? You were saying stuff like that. You were getting at it. She's like, oh my God, I just broke up with the love of my life.
By doing stuff like, you know, the barkeep would come over and we'd say another lap, barkeep.
Right. One more laugh. That's right.
Yeah, like
your
Draper,
poor sister.
Like Don Draper. So anyway,
Pete Campbell.
Eddie, thank goodness, welcome to the family. You get a Get Out of Jerk free card for the reasons I just explained. Now, here's another one though. Speaking of, while we're on the subject of sex, Tiger Woods. Obviously, a lot of people up on Mount Pius since around Thanksgiving about this. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Society has broken it down ad nauseum. But no one is really giving Tiger Woods the Get Out of Jerk free card, except for guys like Rick Riley, who's obvious, apparently their only goal is to stay in good standing with Tiger.
He is up Tiger's talkist big time.
He really
is. It's embarrassing.
Rick Riley has no dignity. That's not why I think Tiger deserves
Let's
to
get him on
a
the show.
Free card. Instead, I think he has set the bar now so high that all men owe him a debt of gratitude. He has set the bar so ridiculously high. Every time he left his house, apparently, over the last 3 or 4 years, his wang fell into a woman.
He was inside a woman,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, every
and
single
allegedly
time.
a man.
It is. Is that right? No.
Those are those stories. Read those stories.
I haven't heard.
Allegedly.
Now, either way, he's again. Now, the standard is something that you could never meet. You could say this is what I'm going to do, and you could never put up the kind of numbers Tiger has. In other words, the bar is set so high, no matter what misdeeds you fall into, that we fall into, we always have the fallback. Well, honey, you know what? At least I didn't do what Tiger did. You see, Tiger set a standard that none of us could ever live up or down to, however you want to say. And for that, Tiger, I want to say thank you with a little something called the Get Out of Jerk Free card.
For the first time ever in the history of the jerk list, I'm going to be contentious here because I think that's ridiculous. The fact that Tiger has set the bar so high, I would say he set it so low for everybody. But for crying out loud.
Oh, wait a second. Do you need a shuttle bus up to Mount Pies?
I'm going to say this right. You know what?
Yourself?
If you want to shoot me down, go ahead. If you want her to shoot you down,
all right,
by all means.
Jerk!
The whole idea is that, you know what, fine. If you want to put up Tiger Woods' numbers, then start bringing home $2 billion. Bring home $1 billion and you can do whatever you want.
Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, that leads me nicely in.
Hey, but hey, I didn't put my wang into so many women. Yeah, well, you didn't make $1 billion either.
Yeah.
I know you're close, but you're not making $1 billion.
Interesting point, but you know what? I can't unfire that blaster.
I still got hit.
So let's just do this and get back to the jerks here.
Go ahead.
And that brings us to the big story of the last week or two, and that's poor Sandy Bullock. And
I thought you were going to say healthcare reform, no? I guess not.
What are you talking about? I haven't heard anything about healthcare. What? So, listen.